Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for stopping by if you're new, and welcome back if you're already a subscriber. My name is Crystal and today we're going to do another one of my videos that are unscripted in my reality check series, and this one is going to be talking about flex culture. So if you don't know what flex culture is, it's kind of something that has come to volition in the last like 3 to 5 years, where people like to show off what they have to make themselves seem better than others or in a higher status than other individuals by showing off on social media or in other means to flex their status. So I think we have all been affected by flex culture in some way, either seeing it or being a part of it through showing off. I'll put my hand up out there and say, yes, I have done it before. I won't pretend that I haven't, because nobody's perfect, and I feel like in one way or another a lot of us have been a part of this issue. So today we're going to do another discussion on this because I think it needs to be talked about more often. It's a very, very important topic, and it is affecting the younger demographic more than anybody else right now. I feel like it's pushing people to spend money in ways that aren't necessarily smart financially, economically, in total for everybody, and I think the pandemic really showed that, and also environmentally. So before we dive into the video, do not forget to subscribe to my channel. Also, my Instagram handles will be on the screen for you guys to go and check me out over there. Just for your reference, I upload every Tuesday and Saturday 6 AM Melbourne time. I do a lot of commentary videos on my channel. I also do a lot of makeup content on my channel. I am a professional makeup artist, and I am going to be keeping my videos consistent ever since I've recently got married. So I'm sorry for that little like disappearing act. It won't happen again, I swear. So definitely make sure you like this video as well. It really helps me out with the algorithm. But I will stop rambling and let's get straight into the video. Okay, so flex culture. I feel like this is something that we hear a lot about, but we don't ever really discuss it and talk about the negative sides of flex culture and how it is impacting our mental health one way or another. And I do feel like this is going to sound really like an attack, and I don't mean to attack these particular individuals. It's just kind of where it started, and it feels like it's almost the Kardashian mentality. So I feel like the Kardashians, like Kylie Jenner, all of them, they were a part of the flex generation per se. Like for example, Kylie Jenner has all of these cars, she has access to a lot of really high luxury brands, and being such mongols on social media, and the fact that social media is so accessible and that we consume it so regularly, it's really, really hard to not be a part of their world through envy, for lack of a better word. I mean, I look at all the cars that Kylie Jenner has. I'm just going to use Kylie as an example because she's probably the most vocal in terms of her life on social media. But seeing what she's able to achieve at her age, because there actually isn't that much of an age difference between her and I'm sure a lot of other people that consume her content, it is something that you think, well, am I just lacking as an individual to be able to achieve what she's achieved? Like, obviously it's possible because she has achieved it. Am I an inferior individual because I'm not able to achieve it? I'm not able to carry the Chanel handbags or have the exotic Hermes print handbags, the Birkins, the Ferraris, the this, the that, the massive house. Like, all of these incredible things that she's achieved is accessible through consumption on social media, and it is flexing what she has. Can't say that it's all bad. I mean, she should be very proud of what she's had to achieve. It's incredible that she's been able to achieve it, and she's worked for it, and that's totally fine. You work for what you've got. I feel like you see this a lot in Jeffree Star as well. He does flex a lot of what he has, like his mansion, his Louis Vuitton collections, his vault that he did a tour of a long time ago, which is like things that people don't even dream about. When I was a kid, we didn't even dream about that sort of thing. Chanel handbags, Birkins, all that sort of stuff didn't matter. All that mattered was that you went to school and got good grades. That's all that mattered. Then you went to university, you got a good job, you bought a house, you had a family, you just did all that sort of thing. Whereas now, people in high school have access to phones at all times, and not just like the phones that, well, I used to have the Nokia flip phone or whatever it was. I don't think I got my first iPhone until I was in year 10, but even then I didn't have access to like the internet all the time on my phone. Like I don't think I got that until I was in high school, and Snapchat didn't really become a thing until after school finished. And then like TikTok's only recent things, that wasn't really anything in there, and I didn't really get into Instagram until after school as well. So it's kind of like social media wasn't a massive part of my childhood. But I have to say, in the last 3 to 5 years, even for me, as a 27-year-old girl or woman, flex culture has had an influence on me to make me buy things, to make me feel more adequate, and I'm sure that others do feel that way as well. I think this is kind of linked to my no buy series that's on my channel, where I talk about like the reduction in buying makeup, because I feel like you can bring this back to the makeup industry in that when they flex what they have, and I don't think influencers mean to do it, when they go, oh look at what I've got, I've purchased this, I've purchased that, or I've been sent this in PR, blah 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 blah. It's basically flexing what you have and making, well, trying to belong to a group of people that are more relevant or more important or more superior to others. And if you can't afford those things, like in the position that I'm in my life right now, I wouldn't go out and buy $500 worth of makeup right now, because I have a home loan and I have a student debt and I have other things that I want to do, like renovations on this house. Like I would not do that. Like that's just not something that's in my foreseeable future. But I do feel like the flex culture and how it's normalized on Instagram, how it's normalized on YouTube, it's so accessible now that instead of people going, wow, that's a really cool achievement, like you've bought a Chanel handbag, it's, oh my god, they have 10 Chanel handbags, 3 Birkins, 7 YSL bags, God knows however many Louis Vuitton bags. I have none, I'm inferior, or I'm a lesser individual, and therefore that makes you feel mentally not unstable, but I can't remember the correct terminology that it's, sorry, I've just remembered, it's called displacement. So when I was studying psychology, we learnt about this theory called displacement. It's where you would assume that you'd be at a certain state at that time in your life, and when you don't meet those states or that place in your life that you assume that you would be in at that point, you have displacement, and that's when you start having anxiety and depression, and you start basically imploding on yourself, because you think that at 25, for example, that this is going to be like really throwing it out there, but you think at 25 you should own a Lamborghini, and when you don't own that Lamborghini, you start to feel displacement and you start to implode and attack yourself mentally from the inside out, because you are not aligning with what you thought that you should have had at 25 in terms of your vehicle. So that's what flex culture is doing to our current younger generation. The youth of today is so displaced that it is causing them to, like I said, implode on themselves. And it's heightening that mental impact that people keep talking about from social media. Like people say, yes, the rise of social media has caused people to feel more mentally unstable because they feel like they're missing out, like that whole FOMO thing. Well, it's actually flex culture that's doing that. The flex culture is causing the displacement, which is causing people to feel mentally inadequate and therefore mentally unstable. It all starts with this. It's all the social media, I get that, but if we weren't flexing so much on social media, wouldn't be such a problem. I remember when I was younger, Facebook was literally just about connecting with family and friends, being like, oh, this weekend we went out to dinner here and this is what we had. It wasn't like, oh, we went out to dinner here, we went there in a Lamborghini and a Ferrari, and I wore my Louis Vuitton heels with my whatever dress and I had my hair done. It's gone from being very basic and very realistic to unrealistic and just ridiculous, quite frankly, just ridiculous. And I don't mean to point the finger at the Kardashians for an example, the Kardashians and Jenners, but it does seem to have started with the Kardashian-Jenner generation, and it's just spread from there. It just seems that on social media these days, everyone's a millionaire. Like it just, I don't know how society seems to have done it. And I remember saying this to my my now husband the other day. I look at my life and what I've achieved, and I think to myself, yeah, I've done really, really well for myself. But then I look on social media and I see somebody who's 22, who owns a mansion, who's rolling around in a ridiculously expensive car, and I just think to myself, oh, maybe I'm not doing very well for myself. Maybe I'm actually really behind the 8 ball. Maybe I should be doing better. What can I do to keep up? What am I missing here to make myself more on par with where I should be in comparison to everybody else? So flex culture can be a positive thing in that it pushes you to be better, to achieve like a higher standing, but a lot of the time it's just not good. It's just not a good thing to have. And the only suggestion that I can give to people who are suffering from the effects of flex culture on social media is to turn it off. I remember somebody told me this once. I was saying that I was really struggling with the impacts of social media and how it was making me feel, and they just said, turn it off. And I just thought to myself, it's that simple. You can just turn it off. Delete the app, turn off your phone, like just get rid of it. Clear yourself of these things that are impacting your life, this flex culture that's impacting you if that's how you're feeling. Stop watching the makeup collection videos, stop watching the PR unboxing videos, stop following certain Instagram famous people that just constantly show off what they have. Try and align yourself with accounts that are going to build you up and make you feel like a better person, a more worthy person, and focus on that. Focus on yourself. I feel like in this day and age we have to understand that focusing on ourselves and who we are comes first, because if there's one thing the pandemic has taught everyone, it's that at the end of the day your happiness is the most important thing. Owning that Louis Vuitton handbag isn't more important than your health and your mental space and being happy. Like, put it into perspective. What's more important in the biggest scheme of things? When you're 100 years old and you're slowing down, are you going to turn around to yourself and say, yeah, that Louis Vuitton handbag was worth the mental strain that it put me under when I was younger? Was it worth it? Are you going to be on your deathbed saying, yes, that was worth it? So essentially that's me rambling, completely unscripted. I'm sorry if I went on quite a few tangents there, but that was kind of my thoughts on flex culture, and I suppose I'm giving you some feedback on how to get away from flex culture. So I hope you guys like this video. Do not forget to subscribe if you want more content videos like this, more commentary style videos like this, not content. I've been filming for a while now and I feel like my brain's starting to turn off, so sorry about that. And I hope you guys do choose to subscribe. I do upload every Tuesday and Saturday at 6 AM Melbourne time, and I hope you have a lovely day, and I will see you guys in my next video. Thanks guys, bye.